If they just breeze past Pakistan, you have one chance to make a home. And here India have this one opportunity to make their mark.
The other pool finished second in their group. They lost to Iran, but were very good against Malaysia as well as Korea.
First match was actually suspended, and again it was a gold for India, bronze for Pakistan. In 1998, again, and this is the moment that many around the world have waited for. India versus Pakistan for a place in a gold medal match at the Asian Games.
India look very relaxed, and rightly so. They will come in as heavy favourites, and you'd like to believe that Pawan Kumar Sehrawat and the boys in blue will get the job done.
You better believe it.
Mohammad Imran on the other side, the captain of Pakistan.
He's chosen court, as you often see, which means India will raid first in the second half.
It's a different coin, isn't it? A red and a blue on either sides.
And there is our fantastic coach, Bhaskaran Edicherry. He's had so much experience as well, having won a league in India. Gul Badshah, the coach of Pakistan. They're a heavy-hitting side too. You go back a long way, the depth of Pakistani kabaddi. Having said that, though, they've lost out in the recent past, where Iran has just breezed past us. Aslam Inam would be an afternoon to remember. And to take you through it, I've got Navneet Krishna alongside myself, Suhail Chandok here. We have liftoff, and it is Mudassar to start first. Number 10, Mudassar Ali. It is a packed house. Vishal Bhardwaj on the left corner, number 1. Rather, number 7, you've got Nitesh Kumar on the far corner. Pawan Kumar Sehrawat. The middle manned by Parvesh Banswal and Aslam Inamdar. And guess what? It's not Sunil Kumar, the vice captain. It's Surjit that starts yet again.
You want to keep your cards very close. Mind you, it is Iran and Chinese Taipei in the next semi-final. And that is right after this. But our first glimpse are a superstar from India, Pawan Kumar Sehrawat, and he's taken down. It's a defense coming in from the opposite side of the mat.
Standpoint have always been strong. Now take a look at this effort from the right cover. In he comes and absolutely hammers Pawan Sehrawat.
It's the 1 point awarded to Pakistan, which means there was no defender who was completely outside the blue area.
Now we may not say this too often in this contest, but hey, Pakistan lead. And I'm not mincing my words when I say this, but I just think India just have too much might to throw at Pakistan. The defense will have to play out of their skins, but I just think in the raid department, Pakistan don't have the capabilities that India do.
And in some sense, just the kind of test that you want before that Iran contest, should we get through this in that big final. And Aslam Inamdar, starting 7. Naveen Kumar and Pawan Sehrawat, the 3 that started off. Now this is some defending from Pakistan. They're sending blow after blow.
First, it was Akhlaq Ahmed from the right cover versus the right raider. Now with the left raider coming in Aslam, he's been slammed from the other side. And I'll tell you what, the Iran team will be watching this and smiling, because that's what they will try to do to throw India off their game.
And it's interesting that we've started with Aslam Inamdar. No Arjun Deshwal. He'll go with 2. And you can start to see the frustration creep in. Vishal Bharadwaj is out. Nitesh Kumar is out. It's Pakistan with the lead.
Iqbal Mazhar with a 2-point raid. India under the pump early. I think Pakistan heard us when we said that's the only time they lead in this contest, because they've come out firing out of the blocks. Maybe they were holding their cards close to their chest. But having said that, here comes Naveen Kumar. I mean, it's funny, you take Pawan off, you take Aslam off, you've got a Naveen, you've got an Arjun Deshwal.
He's sitting in the bench, Arjun Deshwal. Ridiculous pedigree. But India down to 3. Super tackle opportunity for India, but more importantly,
India have also opened their account, Naveen. They did it through Naveen Kumar. He got the bonus. And so India are on the board. And that's the quality of Naveen Kumar. He knows how to keep it at bay. He flips the do-or-die raid sequence by getting a bonus. And as a result, there's no pressure here. India can now play on the super tackle if they want to. Having said that, Naveen looking for that typical heel flick. Oh, that's about 3 attempts at the bonus and then the running hand touch. This is how India come back.
That is just trademark Naveen Kumar. He is lightning quick across the mat. How good was that touch? You barely saw him.
I just thought...
India back to 4 now on the mat. Surjit is... Pawan Sehrawat is back. It's Parvez Banswal now in that left corner with Naveen, Pawan and Surjit on the other side, looking for that opportunity. Iqbal Mazhar for Pakistan.
This to me is the only weak spot for India because we're only playing with one regular right corner. So when Nitesh Kumar has been taken off court, you either find Pawan Sehrawat in the right corner or in this case Surjit. And to me that's the risk. Because with Pawan in the right corner, it means he's going to take an undue risk and it means our lead raider can be under threat. But forget the lead raider, he says, this is me. This is my time.
Was coming his way and the girls love it. They're cheering them on. They're already in the final and they're hoping that the men's team can join them for a massive clash tomorrow.
And this is more like the Indian contingent we know. They were down 4-0. And they've come back to draw level at 4 apiece. And India back to 5. Yeah, done and dusted. See you later.
You're already deemed out.
1 versus 4. Now this is where things get interesting. It is the toughest situation for a raider. You've got to cover the most area on court. But area he tries to cover. I think he's got to the midline. And I think Naveen Kumar will take at least 2 scalps with him. You've got to cross that midline, remember. You can't be on the white tape, you've got to be over it. Here he comes, 1-2. I'm not sure if the third touch came before the midline or after. But this is where things get dicey for Pakistan. Worth another view, this. And Naveen Kumar has single-handedly given India the lead. Literally, all alone. It's Naveen, and more of him. 1. There's the second. And I think it's only going to be 2. I think the last touch from the defender, Wakar, came in after. On court. It should be Iqbal Mazhar. There you go. And Akhlaq Ahmed. I'm helping him out. Why not?
You could do this on the mat as well.
I'm happier in the combo box, I'll be honest. Enjoying this occasion.
Just like that, India back to full strength. Just for a split second, you tuned in and you saw only 3 on the mat. Yeah, it was a little scare that Pakistan did give India in about 3 minutes into this match. But sanity has been restored.
And insanity may be incoming at the moment because so far he's been that outrageous, Naveen Kumar. 1 versus 2, heel and eye and all out here. And if there's an incoming move from Mohammad, there you go, perfect. Mohammad Imran, the captain, listened to us, went after Naveen. Naveen does the clean-up act. India with the all-out, 4 points.
It's India 11, Pakistan 4, but you can probably change that to Naveen Kumar 11, Pakistan 4. Because
that's where Iran will struggle. And that's why I think at this Asian Games, I give the edge firmly to our men in blue. In comes Iqbal Mazhar. Pawan Sehrawat kneeling down for the ankle hold alongside Vishal Bhardwaj. India have comfortably taken a 7-point lead. Pakistan, after those first 4 points, have not scored a single point. That's how good India have been. That's how relentless India have been. And Aslam Inamdar gets his first points of this semi-final, you would imagine. He looked for the bonus, and I think he's got it.
it's almost like we'll give you your moment under the sun. And once we get started, we'll flip the switch.
Oh, he's not been given the bonus. He thought he definitely had it. I thought he had it too.
Advanced tackle there from Surjit. He was looking for company, but it was probably a little too premature.
India going with experience, Navneet, in that right cover over Sunil Kumar. And I'm a little surprised by that, because the famed pairing of Sunil and Parvesh, I would like to see more of that, but we'd love to see more of Pawan Sehrawat. Opens his account after he was slammed by the Pakistan. Looking at them, because we don't get those opportunities too often to see a Pawan patting an Arjun Deshwal and sending him on his way, a Naveen Kumar. All those smiles will go away just as the smiles are being wiped off Pakistan's faces at the moment. Pawan Sehrawat with what should be the first super raid of this contest. Who else but the phenom, the captain, the high flyer?
How long are you going to keep him quiet? 3 points to Pawan Sehrawat. Just a couple of rusty raids to start with to get Pakistan involved in this match, and now you just announce yourself on the stage.
I think that first tackle just woke him up. It just pounded him. And then he said, oh, hang on. Okay, they're going to come at me here.
I'm just going back to what you did say. Is it also a part of holding your cards close to your chest? Listen, I'll give you a raid or two. Take it. And then I'll tell you why I am the captain of India.
In most sports, I'd like to agree. I guess here the trouble is you've got about 400 pounds of human flesh hitting you square on. So when you give someone a point, it's going to hurt. And that'll hurt the ego of Pakistan, because they've picked up 1 point in the last 11 minutes, I think, Nav.
Yeah, they got those 4 in literally the first 2 minutes. But now you're starting to see India make a mockery, make you look really silly when it comes to defense. And that's what you can do when you have that kind of pedigree. And I keep saying this, I still can't believe that I'm seeing the pursuit from Naveen. That is just presence of mind and intelligence and experience from the Naveen X. Well done, Suhail. The last 10 minutes for everyone just tuning in. Pakistan have just picked up the 1 point to 20 points from India. You keep adding a few more to that. Vishal Bharadwaj with that ironclad ankle hold from that left corner. And India will keep themselves busy and keep that scoreboard ticking. He didn't need support. He really didn't need support from Aslam and Surjit.
Welcome to India-Pakistan Kabaddi at the Asian Games. It's intense.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. India versus Pakistan is enough. No matter which sport, no matter what the occasion. Everyone just feels it that much more.
It's the 7th time in history that India and Pakistan have gone toe-to-toe at the Asian Games. India, as long as your breath did, the cant of kabaddi, 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 and that's the essence of this sport, the beauty of it.
It was a very, very different time, really, for the sport. How much it's changed since then. You know what, I've just been around the sport for about a couple of years now. Thankfully, deep involved, and I still can't get over the fact that we're seeing all of them on one side of the mat. Pawan Sehrawat, Arjun Deshwal, and pretty much everyone through that list you go through. A series of stars.
Yeah, it's quite amazing when you do. I mean, I've had the opportunity now with the Kabaddi World Cup in 2016 and the Dubai Masters and the likes to see these guys come together. But at the Asian Games, there's a separate moment of pride, and we saw this in 2018 when they were absolutely battered and bruised by Iran, and the ego was bruised as well. So for them, this is a chance at redemption. And that's why there's such a young squad, except for Surjit.
Yeah, just curious on that whole India versus Iran thing. Like you mentioned, it's a completely different squad this time for India. So in
that tournament as much either. So in that left cover region, he is an absolute beast. You've got the likes of a Shadlu, who actually in this tournament will actually play more as a raider, because again, the raiding depth is lacking a little bit with Iran. And for me, Amir Hussain Bastami, Saeed Ghaffari, Reza, Shadlu can chip in alongside Fazal in that left-in position. Fazal Atrachali. It's a very different squad, and that's why they're looking at Shadlu as a raider.
Aslam and Namdar will keep the scoreboard ticking. And just as a continuation to what you just mentioned, I'm just going to take that forward from an India perspective. Some of these boys that you see on your screen, how much have they seen these opposition? Because not everyone plays in the Indian League. Vishal Bharadwaj, business as usual once again, and India will keep themselves busy. But How many of these 10, 15 Indian players have seen some of these Iranians?
Well, most, I guess, now play in the league. You've got Reza, Shadlu, Fazal, Nabi Baksh, and Bastami, and Ghaffari has a little bit of experience in there. Haider Ali Akrami isn't part of this squad, and Shadlu in some sense has taken his spot as a left raider as well. So the defense has been seen, but they've not seen them together. To me, that's the difference. You've played against a Fazal separately. You've played against a Fazal and Nabi Baksh. You've not played against a Fazal, Nabi Baksh, Bastami, Ghaffari and Reza. And that's when it hits you.
And I guess that's what's going to make this even more exciting, Suhail, is in some sense, expect the unexpected, because you almost don't know what's coming your way. Yes, India will walk in as favourites. Well, that's what's going to make it exciting. The X factor, the fact that they don't know much of each other as units.
Well, the advantage that Iran has is that you can watch so much footage of the Indian boys. And also, Fazal, being the leader that he is, he's played with Akash Shinde, he's played with Aslam Inamdar, he's played with a number of these guys. And a sliding toe touch from Naveen Kumar. We talk about the history of India versus Pakistan. A spot at the Asian Games, he had a spot at the Asian Championships, and they got gold. And Mohit Goyat, for me, is actually the best out-and-out do-or-die raider in India at the moment. So I was really surprised, and I'll be honest, a little upset not to see Mohit Goyat in this squad. And I've actually seen his rise through the Yuva series as well, and so too Akash Shinde. But to not have Mohit Goyat here and have Akash Shinde here, look, he deserves it as well. You can put three teams together and they'll deserve it. So it is an amazing moment for him, for Aslam Inamdar, for Naveen Kumar as well. Still young into his career, we forget that. He's been around the league so long. But there it is, another all-out for India. And the dominance continues. India have scored 29 points. Pakistan have scored one.
And I'll be honest with you, we've had a few easy games in the league stages. I don't think we've had that kind of a scoreline in a passage of play, even against some of the group stage opponents.
I will say, I think Chinese Taipei is maybe a better opposition in some sense. We beat Chinese Taipei 50-27. I think this is going to be a bigger win than that. It's our Indian girls, but the Chinese fans that are out there, you know, over the last few days, all you've been hearing from the stands when our Indian men particularly play as well is a lot of oohs and ahs and amazing moments of absolute wonder. Because for those of you that are tuning into Kabaddi for the first time, the pace of play when you watch this sport live, it is astonishingly good. There's a reason why there's more than 300 million people watching it, why it's the second most viewed sport after cricket in the country.
And we've spoken a lot about how the game of Kabaddi is spreading thick and fast around the world, and China will soon obviously pick up big time. And it's not often that you'll get to see an Indian team do what they do on a Kabaddi mat in China. And that's why you get you get the opportunity to get a glimpse.
And Adil Hussain is the scalp.
It's interesting you talk so much about the pedigree of this Indian team, obviously, with the kind of quality that they possess. I just, you did mention Sachin Tanwar on raid prior to this. There's a certain someone missing as far as raiding is concerned when it comes to the Indian team. Suhail, no prizes for guessing. The record breaker himself, Pardeep Narwal. Talk us a little through that.
Well, he's part of all the scalps through the year. A Pardeep Narwal, a Rahul Chaudhary, they turn up when the league comes around. That's 2.5 months, and they suddenly switch gears and they suddenly get fit. These young guys have a different mindset because suddenly they're being thrown into other tournaments. The younger guys under 23 are playing. So for Pardeep, he's enjoying himself for that period of time. You've got the Khelo India Games, which is a nice test. You've got the National Games later, just before the league starts as well. So when you've got those series coming in for a lot of the younger guys, they know they can't afford to not be fit. And they haven't proved themselves yet. So for me, I actually like this change. Heading into an auction, that's kind of one thing that I want to do, is invest in youth talent, invest in long-term talent. And I like the fact that India has taken that vision as well.
And make no mistake, in the last couple of seasons in the Indian League, it's the youngsters that have dominated. You look through the charts, most raid points, most tackle points, particularly in raid. You'll see some of the younger names right up there, the likes of an Aslam Inamdar, the likes of an Arjun Deshwal for that matter.
And you mentioned highest tackle points too. I'm a little surprised that Nitin Rawal made the flight and not Ankush. He was the leading defender from the last league and he was extraordinary. And again, if you're going to give form the nod,
yeah,
then you go there. But with Nitin Rawal, I understand they're kind of protecting themselves given that Nitin Rawal is an all-rounder, a very good one at that as well. I just think there on the left corner, we could have gone for 2 out-and-out left corners given the raiding depth we have. We don't need an all-rounder really in this squad. We could have added a right corner instead maybe.
It's a rare opportunity where they'll get a super tackle their way. We haven't seen much of that, and Pakistan will take 2 points. Muzammil Zafar in the left corner coming in with that hold, and really Sachin being a part of the Asian Games. It reminded me, we spoke about what a great opportunity it is for them. A bit outside the Kabaddi mat, it was visual of a few Chinese fans waiting to get the autograph of Saurav Ghoshal right after a squash semi-final. And when was the last time you thought about a few Chinese fans waiting to get an opportunity to get an autograph of an Indian athlete in China? It tells you 2 things. It tells you, one, about how, in which direction Indian sport has headed. And now it tells you a little bit about how the Chinese are starting to see India in different light as well.
And there'll be a fair few of them, Navneet, lining up to pick up autographs of these guys as well. These are superstars of the Kabaddi world. They themselves, actually, this starting 7 of India were queuing up to have their pictures taken with Neeraj Chopra. I saw a lovely moment with Ashwini Ponnappa and Pawan Sarawat as well. There's a lot of fervor around these games because, again, for a lot of them, they don't get the opportunity to play multi-sport events. So it's such a nice feeling to be in a games village with other athletes.
And that was exactly what I was trying to come to. We haven't managed to pan too much to the crowd that we have, but truth be told, there is a very sizable audience right now at the Kabaddi Center here. Lots of fans following Kabaddi in China. It tells you a little bit about the growth of the sport worldwide, let alone in Asia.
I was just telling you before the half, and I'll tell you a little story about a Korean woman, part of the team here. She's a former Miss Korea contestant, part of the finalists of Miss Korea. She's then served 2 years in the Korean army as well, done her army service. She's now part of the South Korean women's team here at the Asian Games. And she, in an interview, was talking to the media a few days ago. Oh, hang on, we'll come back to that. Sachin Tawar has just played a game of cat and mouse with the Pakistan defense, and he's got 2 scalps for it. So coming back to her, she was telling the media and everyone around her, she said, you know what? I do not want to be known as a Miss World contestant. I want to be known as a Kabaddi player from here on. And I think that tells you how fantastic the growth of this sport is. It is really astounding to see.
From being Miss Korea to being in the army, serving the nation, and then being on the Kabaddi mat. It's these overachievers. They really keep a high benchmark, a high bar for the rest of us, don't they? What were you doing? It's almost hard to visualize this. You come to think of it.
I'll try and pull the video up and maybe put it on one of our shows at some point.
Incredible. But truth be told, it actually, well, I have to ask the question, why don't we see much more of this? Whether we barely see too many national events, I mean international events. We see a little bit of franchise Kabaddi. How do you see this go in the next few years?
You're putting me on the spot. I don't know how honest I should be sitting here at this stage. But
you get what I'm saying. I'm just comparing this to the likes of a cricket, a football, and so many other sports.
No, and that is the issue. I'm totally with you here. And we're talking about this because India right now, by the way, everyone at home, are dominating proceedings at 44-8. And it's a good opportunity there for us to explain to you guys what the world of Kabaddi is like. And I'm trying to be as candid as I can and still hold on to my job within the world of Kabaddi. But yeah, you're right. That is partly the problem. I think we need to have more international Kabaddi. I'm a proponent of it. I'm sitting on a couple of committees now to try and make that a big push. And Navneet, to me, it has to happen because that is how you grow the sport. Send coaches from India abroad. And again, as you said, cricket, you have the IPL, a long league, and then you've got bilateral series. You've got all the other stuff going around. With Kabaddi, there's 2.5 months and then a gap. And except for the Khelo India Games or Yuva Series or the odd other tournament, a private tournament run, you're not really getting much else. So you will see a change. I know there's a league coming up, state-run league coming up in Tamil Nadu. There's one coming up in Rajasthan. As you see, the athleticism and why Kabaddi is such a fabulous sport to watch. Sachin Tanwar gets the better of Mudassir.
Look at how he uses the defender to just thrust his way past the midline. Great athleticism from Sachin Tanwar. Completely one-sided this affair. We didn't expect it to be any different. But yeah,
be honest, Navneet.
after a 4-0 scoreline, 2 minutes into this game in favor of Pakistan. Oh, what a time it's been for the Indian contingent. We were hoping we would go past Jakarta's 70 tally. Pawan Sehrawat, sporting folklore as special moments. And speaking about special moments, we've been doing these conversations about you picking your best moment so far from an Indian perspective. I have an answer before I give you mine. Of that 88 medals that we have so far, what's your success story?
There's a few in there. I mean, Harmilan Bains is double, Avinash Sable is double, but the 4x400 for me is up there as well. There's a few, but since we're here at the Kabaddi, I'm going to say Chinese Taipei beating Iran to get to the final from the Kabaddi. I'll focus on that for now. And I'll come back to the India medal tally. I just want to focus on the Kabaddi side of it for now, because that to me is one of the stories of growth of Kabaddi. We're talking about that, and Chinese Taipei beating Iran and getting to the final. I think this Iran side, we're going to see what happened to the Indian Kabaddi men's side from 2018. I don't think too many of these girls are going to be returning at the next games.
By the way, it was me and you this morning building up to India versus Iran in the women's final. We didn't see what was coming. Chinese Taipei had completely other plans. That was quite the result.
Good work. Nice to see Pakistan enter double digits. Not been easy for them. Mudassir Ali sliding through the lobbies. And you can hear the roar from the crowd as well. I think they have sensed this moment too. Sachin Tanwar has looked really sprightly. One of those guys that he's got the long levers on him. He's got this incredible build. Almost perfect for an athlete in this sport. And he's in the dugout of India. He was known for these massive lion jumps. Rakesh Kumar, one of the big athletes of Kabaddi. But around them, defenders were never needed to be massively fit. Now, each and every one of these guys are true athletes. Look at the bodies that you're seeing on court at the moment. They are absolutely ripped when those shirts come off.
You love it when you see a really good definition hand touch on the mat, don't you? It's one of the trademark moves associated with the sport, and very few people are great exponents of it. He's claiming...
Of Adil Hussain. Sajjad Shaukat also going off.
Just a quick reminder, we started the day at 86. We're now at 88. India well and truly on 12 medals away from that big 1-0-0. Kabaddi, cricket, wrestling. We have a few where we're likely to get a few medals our way, Suhail. I just get the sense that we'll touch the 95 mark around that area maybe, and from there on in, it's anybody's guess.
From then on in, hopefully it's just adrenaline pulling us to the 100. Is bar, Sopar, guess what? We're there, thereabouts. Yeah, Kabaddi, I will write down a gold for India in the women's now. Because I think actually Chinese Taipei, while it was 13-2, India take the win, 61-13.